Monday morning, 4 a.m., Mr. Medium had a lovely meal yesterday with a smile. Nice.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Tell us.
I had my first meal after 2 weeks.
What's up, guys? Derek, moreplates.com. Today we're going to be talking about Mark Wahlberg and his recent fasting journey. It looks like he's been, going down the rabbit hole of fasting and the benefits it may provide, not just in a fat loss context, but in a myriad of other aspects. And what caught my eye was on my, the pages that suggests videos for you on Instagram. Is it not the For You page? I think that's TikTok. It's like, whatever, the fucking explore page, the suggested page. Mark Wahlberg popped up, and it said he had his client fasting for 2 weeks. So, that caught my eye, and then I jumped onto it to see what was going on. And that's exactly what we're going to be getting into, is Mark Wahlberg, starving his clients for fat loss. Like, why is he making them not eat? Is there any rhyme or reason to it, or is he just fucking insane? That's what we're going to be getting into in this one. So if you go through Mark Wahlberg's page, obviously there's a lot of fitness motivation. It seems like he's starting to get into the supplement industry, as well as a myriad of other things, apparel, stuff like that. He's trying to branch out and realize that he needs to be diversified, probably, as opposed to just rely on giant acting paychecks, I guess, for movies and whatnot as he gets older. And the interesting thing is, this client he has, it's not necessarily a client, but it is this guy from 3X to Fit. It is Marco Lopez, I believe. He started at 280 pounds and he's been on his way down and improving slowly but surely, and recording his progress along the way. And the diet model that he's following is pretty fucking interesting, because it's not much of a diet model at all. It actually involves no eating. So this is the first instance where this doctor's kind of like popped on the screen, where he kind of talks about his philosophy on losing weight.
Bone broth, intermittent fasting, 3-day bone broth fast.
Okay.
That's what we
Let's see both of you chumps, both of you doctors. He's worked out with me, bud. Tell him what happens when you work out. All right, the poor guy. Hey, this is a world-class Olympic athlete.
Injuries.
Yeah, he got to take 4 weeks off to fast to recover from the workout.
So this is the first introduction of this doctor and his fasting protocol, and he outlines how he's into bone broth and a 3-day fast. However, it's not as intense as what we see with Marco Lopez moving forward. This is one of the first instances of Merkel outlining his journey here.
Explain to him what doctors got you doing.
Doctors got me on intermittent fasting.
It's not really intermittent fasting, though.
Complete fasting.
Complete fasting.
And now,
What does that mean?
you and everybody thought we'd have no energy, right? No, we wouldn't be able to work out because you're not eating.
When was the last time you ate food?
Monday night.
Monday night. Okay, so it's Thursday morning. All right, explain that.
How do you feel?
Feel good.
You feel strong?
I feel strong.
Still kicking it in the gym?
Still kicking butt in the gym.
Yeah.
I'm not hungry. I don't feel hungry. So
He always kicks butt in the gym.
So this is kind of interesting. He's 2.5 days into his fast and he doesn't feel any of the negative side effects of it, which honestly, I've done a 72-hour fast before, and it gets fucking rough by the third day, at least for me. Well, kind of like the second day is, you're kind of dragging ass. It's kind of, can't even imagine getting in the gym and doing any reasonable intensity after over 48 hours of not eating. And that's why typically I don't even lift when I do my fast. But it becomes apparent that this isn't exactly Mark Wahlberg's idea. Rather, it is this doctor that's with him in these videos, and he has Marco Lopez on a strict fast where he can't eat for not just 72 hours, but actually weeks. And they log his progress as he goes, and Wahlberg is at least, documenting it. I don't know if he supports it necessarily. However, he's definitely on board enough to post it on his page. So moving forward, he obviously loses weight because he's literally not eating, but just kind of the approach they take to this is kind of interesting.
It's still dark outside. I woke up today, 2 a.m. We're going early bird. My guy, look at this slim figure right here. Down at least 25, almost 30. This guy's losing 1 kilo and change a today. He's on fuego. How you feeling? How's the energy, for real?
Really good. Really good.
You ready?
I'm ready to
You
go.
ready for the Thursday morning workout?
Oh, yeah.
We got this new Techno Gym hip thruster.
So interesting how it's like Mark is always challenging himself for how early he can get up, to the point that he's like basically waking up like during the same day that he's going to sleep almost. It's fucking nuts. Like it used to be like 6 a.m., then it's 5 a.m., then it's 4 a.m., and it's like before you know it, he's going to bed at like fucking like 5 or 6 p.m. at night and getting up at almost the same day at 2 a.m. So it's kind of nuts. And he has this guy getting up to lift at 2 a.m. with him after fasting for several days, and he says he's losing 1 kilo and change a day, which is over 2.2 pounds. So is that actual fat loss per day? Well, it takes 3,500 calories just to lose a pound of fat. So can you really assume that this guy's metabolism is expending more than 3,500 calories per day? Like literally he would need to be pushing almost 10,000 calories of expenditure to somehow lose that much of actual fat. So no, obviously he's not actually losing that much. A lot of it is just water weight, temporary glycogen, etc. But obviously you're going to lose weight when you're eating fucking nothing. That should be expected.
Me personally, I can't work out without a big, full breakfast and my performance-inspired nutrition pre-workout igniter that I've already drank.
Okay, so this is the part that Mark basically clarified that he is not up for fasting. He doesn't do it himself, but he's simply documenting the journey of Markle here, and is on board with the process, at least enough to document it, but does not do it himself, and he could not do it himself, he claims as well. Interestingly, he plugs his pre-workout, which, you know, obviously you're going to plug your own products and your own videos, and I want to give that a look because obviously with Gorilla Mode being a industry leading pre-workout, I wanted to see exactly what he has in his. So I jumped over to Amazon and I saw 32 serving pre-workout of 3 grams of L-arginine, 8 kg, which frankly, when you actually get into how effective L-arginine is at increasing nitric oxide synthesis, you actually realize that it's pretty bad, which is totally contradictory to what you would think. You would think that, oh, L-arginine is the obvious thing to increase L-arginine levels in the body, but no, it's actually taken up and metabolized by the liver so much that it doesn't actually effectively increase arginine levels that much. So that's why you would use something like a pure L-citrulline to bypass the liver and pass freely to the kidneys to be metabolized to arginine, which is like totally contradictory to what you would think. You would think just take straight L-arginine, but it's not really the case. When it comes to NO precursors that significantly improve pumps, nothing really beats an efficacious dose of pure L-citrulline in my opinion. There are comparable alternatives, but ultimately at the end of the day, L-arginine is one of the worst options in my opinion. Moving on to creatine monohydrate, this is a subpar dosage. A obvious saturation dose should be used at 5,000 milligrams. I don't know why they would have less than that. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Beta-alanine, our favorite itchy asshole ingredient that just makes you want to scratch your feet between sets, scratch your butthole, scratch your face. It makes you feel cracked out and you feel it's the most drug-ridden feeling pre-workout ever because your literal skin is crawling and parts of your body itch that you otherwise cannot scratch effectively during your workout, which is very annoying. And the fact that you need up to 179 grams accumulated in your body before it yields any significant performance outcomes makes it a pretty meaningless ingredient in my opinion when you're not taking this on every single day. And even if you were, it's not going to build up to the amount that you need to actually yield an effective end result. So beta-alanine is kind of a useless ingredient that I see in most pre-workouts, especially at this dosage. Citrulline malate 2-to-1, an effective ingredient, but artificially inflated with malic acid at 2-to-1 concentration. So we have a just pitiful dose of citrulline in here. Because you have to keep in mind, this is not 2,000 milligrams of citrulline. This is about 1,333 milligrams of L-citrulline and then 666 point blah blah milligrams of malic acid. So it's not like either of those ingredients are poor. It's just the dosage is just fucking pitiful, unfortunately. If you had citrulline malate 2-to-1, you would want at least 6 to 8 grams to yield an effective product. So this is just a trash dosage. N-acetyl L-tyrosine, we've seen it that even when it's IV'd straight into the fucking bloodstream, it does not raise L-tyrosine levels very effectively at all. So this is a junk ingredient as well. It's not bioavailable in terms of raising serum L-tyrosine levels whatsoever to a point that would yield the benefits we're trying to get out of it. So this is an ingredient, again, that I don't see the point of using. Nitrosogene would be good if it was at a higher dose. 1,500 milligrams would be nicer to see. Caffeine, 175 milligrams, a decent dose. Choline has shown even at mega doses to not enhance cognitive performance whatsoever, and it also does not cross the blood-brain barrier, so it does not have any place in a pre-workout designed for mental performance, in my opinion. Grapeseed extract, kind of an irrelevant ingredient, in my opinion. So this whole pre-workout just reeks of marketing, in my opinion, and is not something I would personally use. I would personally use something like Gorilla Mode. What do you know? Linked in the description below with an actual efficacious dose of literally everything and stuff that actually works. But anyway, circling back to Lopez, we get back to this video after Mark plugs his pre-workout, and we talk about the updates with Markle's fasting journey.
Good to last drop before I put on my municipal gear. But Doctor has a different philosophy, and he has Mark on that philosophy. And Ace now trying it out. Liam, find out how
I can smell the ketones right here. My brother's ketone city right here. How you feeling?
I feel a little weak, tell you the truth. I feel like
Forget about it. After 56 hours, if these two weren't here, me and you were sitting having a coffee, what would you say? What would be your honest opinion on the 56 hours with no food?
let's get something to eat right now.
That's right. That's all I can say. Hey, so after 48 hours, you have a massive boost in stem cells. You're just rejuvenating this temple. Remember, it's a temple.
Yes.
You stay with it.
Come on,
Another 24. He can do it.
You can do it. Don't be no punk
We go to the
bitch.
end of the week.
How long you been going, Mark?
I've been going for 2 weeks on this, but I've been on this since July.
Wow. And look at the results. Absolutely amazing. You're a changed man. You're inspiring so many people.
But it's, look at it. Yes.
Sure, I'm not
Let's
losing.
see Let's see your abs.
What do you want to eat? What do you want to eat?
I want to eat chicken, steak, lobster. I want to eat a breakfast. I'm so hungry right now.
Let's do it on Sunday.
It's only Thursday.
Oh.
All right, is he going to have the energy to work out?
Power. Watch. Watch the workout. You're gonna crush it.
Pump them up, Marky. Yo, you got him. Get him. All right, Ace. You and Mark get the doctor. If he ain't letting you eat no food, what do you want to do to him?
Kind of cringy, but still, I guess, also inspiring, I guess, too, as well. So maybe I'm just being a dickhead and by claiming this is cringeworthy at the end. So anyways, he's been fasting for 2 weeks at this point. He's losing a lot of weight, which is great. The hunger is gone. He is still performing well, obviously, and still motivated to work out. Moving forward to one of the last updates. So he is a day out from his first meal at this point. This is Mark's introduction into Markle's last day, I guess, before he's able to start eating again.
All right, good Sunday morning to everybody. God bless you all out there. We're getting a slow start because we were shooting nice, but this guy, he can't wipe the smile off of his face. Why is that? What makes today so special? Other than we're going to have a beautiful mass together, right?
Yeah.
To celebrate the love of the Lord. But what else? What else is going on today?
I get to eat today!
Yeah!
Yes!
Dude, you eat today whatever you want, but I'm telling you, it's so amazing
not
to
whatever
see.
you want.
Shut up!
Not whatever he wants.
This guy, he's got a lot of nerve, right? He tells you what to eat, what not to eat, yet every time you're not around, all he's doing is stuffing his face.
Always that.
Listen, you have done such an amazing job.
Okay, so he's 2 weeks in at that point, and then he gets to eat, and this is after his first meal, and Mark basically introduces the end of the fast here, and they detail what he ate, how he feels, etc.
Monday morning, 4 a.m., Mr. Medium had a lovely meal yesterday with a smile. Nice.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Tell us.
I had my first meal after 2 weeks and it felt really good. Had a nice big salmon rice bowl with some...
Wait, what do we start with?
Oh, we started with
Tell
miso
them the whole
soup.
story, how we did it.
We had 2 miso soups.
And then we waited, let the juices start flowing and start digestive going again.
And then we got right into the rice bowl. And oh my goodness.
What kind of rice bowl? Tell them what you had.
Salmon. I had salmon.
A
salmon
little
rice
cooked, nicely cooked, lightly
bowl.
cooked salmon.
Medium.
Seared?
Medium well.
Yeah, it's like a medium cooked.
Yeah, medium.
Probably oven done.
How you feeling?
I feel great.
Nice.
Satisfied. I'm ready to go.
Ready to work?
Ready to work
On this Municipal Monday?
on a municipal Monday.
Wait, let's. What's the plan for the week? Let's set some goals.
Oh, we're ready to get back into fasting, and
How much you gonna lose this week? I really need to put a number on it.
let's go for 10. Let's try to get into 10 kilos again. We basically rejuvenated the whole entire body.
Yeah.
I'm ready to work.
Nice one. Good work, man.
Inspired to be
Good
better.
work.
You're a G. You don't wanna throw Dr. on the ground today?
No, not today. It's okay. Doctor,
Tomorrow.
that's pretty nice.
We're friends. We had a good. Yeah. We had a good.
Okay, so I don't know if he means he's going to get into intermittent fasting or if he's actually going to start a full-blown fast again, but that would be fucking insane in my opinion if he already started like full-blown fasting again after just one day of eating. So, getting into the comment section, it's kind of, as you would expect, some pretty, strongly worded comments. The first one, Alex Rivera, 34, first meal in 2 weeks. Bro, you don't have to do that. Starvation is not the answer. A gradual caloric deficit for a long period of time is so much better and so much more sustainable. This isn't starvation. Fasting is one of the healthiest things we can do for our bodies and minds. It's a perfect opportunity to reset internally and help increase immunity, making it ideal practice when sick. So in that 2 weeks, what could he consume? Obviously water, but did he eat at all? Oh man, society got homie believing he doesn't need to eat. Very sad. I've done 72 hours multiple times, do 48 regularly. Make sure you drink electrolytes and need potassium, and you need potassium and magnesium. Just a bunch of stuff. So some good comments, some not so good comments. I've done fasting multiple times, but never to the extent of this. I've done upwards of 72 hours, and it is, frankly, in my opinion, a little bit rough, and it's not my favorite thing in the world. Now, is there a place for it? In my opinion, yes. However, in a performance context, does it have a place? And would I recommend it? So I think it's great for autophagy once you pass the 72-hour mark and cleaning up senescent cells, especially for somebody who's obese and may otherwise be walking around in a chronically inflamed state. However, I don't think it's necessarily ideal for improving body composition over what could otherwise be achieved eating in a reasonable calorie deficit with enough protein and building muscle and building up the metabolism. So like ideally you would see this guy, trying to build as much of a foundation as possible through compound movement, strength training, eating enough protein, eating enough calories to support the growth, but then dipping into a deficit to try and peel some of the fat off and titrating his way down accordingly, but trying to build as much muscle as you can. You're not going to build any muscle working out intensely while you are eating zero food. So at the end of the day, you could argue that, maybe, not eating is not going to hurt your metabolism as much as, training your body to adapt to eating in a deficit. Some people might argue that, like Dr. Jason Fung and some other guys. But the number one thing you're going to do to expend more energy is build muscle. So how are you going to do that? It's by eating a certain amount of macro and micronutrients, which you're not going to do while you're fasting. So if you're not trying to do this for like longevity purposes or for general health and it's purely for body composition, I guess you can peel a lot of fat off by eating no food, but it's not really a sustainable practice to really promote, in my opinion. Like maybe for Markle, it's reasonably easy to adhere to somehow, but most people have a fucking tough time crossing even 72 hours, let alone 2 weeks. So, with that being said, a fast, in my opinion, can be a nice reset if you've, fucked up your microbiome or something, or you've been eating horribly for a while and you need that reset, because some people just aren't going to lose weight very easily if they're in a chronically inflamed state or otherwise have some autoimmune issues built up or something like that, resulting in a need to go on an elimination diet or a fast or something of that nature. But as far as just like a fat loss tool, I see it more of as a way to encourage longevity and induce autophagy rather than trying to be the ideal way to achieve an end goal for body composition. So I'm kind of surprised they don't really warn, this isn't exactly the best approach for most people. Most people, a reasonable calorie deficit with a decent diet and training regimen and strength training and compound movements and blah, 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 and trying to gain as much muscle as you can should be the ideal approach rather than not eating for 2 weeks, having a little refeed, and then going back into fasting, that just seems a bit fucking insane to me. So Mark doesn't seem to follow this guide at all himself, and he says himself that he could not function without a big breakfast. But, you know, good on Markle. This is amazing progress and good for him, and that's honestly impressive that he can even adhere to this, because 99% of people will have a fucking difficult time even getting past the 72-hour mark. So good for him. Takes a lot of willpower to do. And this is obviously a great transformation to follow for inspiration, but just be wary that this is probably not the best strategy for most of you when it comes to fat loss. So if you want to embark on a fat loss phase, I would advise a reasonable calorie deficit and sticking to your strength training regimen and trying to maintain strength as much as you can. And if you can somehow manage to build muscle in that deficit, like fucking go for it and try, because that is the main way you're going to keep your metabolism as high as possible, is keeping as much muscle on your frame as you can. And it's certainly not going to be facilitated by doing 2 week straight bursts of not eating anything and continuing to train through them, in my opinion. So take from that what you will. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe. Let me know what you think below of Markle's approach to dieting. Do you think a sustainable calorie deficit is a more reasonable approach for the majority of people, or do you think that more people should deploy 2 week plus long fasts when the goal is not necessarily longevity related? Let me know what you think. All the comments help the algorithm and they're much appreciated. So thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe. Check out me on Instagram. Follow me there at @moreplates_more_dates. Facebook, Snapchat, BitChute, Twitter, TikTok, Apple Podcasts. If you want to support the channel, you can check out anything I'm associated with in the video description below. My TRT clinic. It's all telemedicine from the comfort of your own home. Or, notably, my pre-workout, Gorilla Mode pre-workout, Gorilla Mode Nitric, Gorilla Mode Stim. If you have not seen these formulas, I encourage you to just pull out your current pre-workout, compare it to the label on Mark Wahlberg's pre-workout, compare that to the labels on my pre-workouts, and you'll see pretty quickly and pretty transparently why we are one of the fastest growing pre-workout brands in the industry right now. And I'm not afraid to say that, frankly, our formulas blow pretty much everybody out of the water in that regard. So check those out if you're interested. Anything else I'm associated with, video description below. Thank you guys for watching. Talk to you soon.